Greetings, old school magic players, and welcome to the Four Horsemen.
Greetings, old school magic players. Welcome to the Four Horsemen. I'm the Chadster. I'll be your host today. We're going to be playing some Four Horsemen tournament number 11 matches tonight. And we're going to be doing some actual tournament games. I'll be playing a group match with my friend Luke Sherry. And Luke's going to be joining us here in just a few moments. Quick background on the tournament. You can check us out at fourhorsemenmagic.com. We run tournaments every month or every 5 to 6 weeks. And the banner restricted here is shown in the graphic. We focus on the original Four Horsemen old school magic sets. Arabian Nights, Antiquities, Legends, and the Dark, and we're going to be wrapping up our 11th tournament by the mid of February 10th, and also check us out at facebook.com/groups/4horsemenmtg. We are in the last stretch of week number 2 for this tournament's group pod matches, and we'll be moving on to quarterfinals in the 3rd week, and semifinals and finals in week 4. Let's see if we can get Luke to join us. Okay, Luke's messaged me back, and he is getting set up. He'll be here shortly. So if you've seen any of the earlier matches, I've posted some test games. I had 4 different decks that I was tinkering with for tournament 11, and I ended up settling on a blue robots deck, mono blue robots. It's very tricky and challenging to play, but also a lot of fun, and looking forward to seeing how this does versus Luke. Luke is a really strong player. He's played in the vast majority of our past Four Horsemen Old School Magic tournaments. He's very experienced not only in this format, but also in others. He started the 1993 7-point singleton format, which basically is just Alpha, Beta, and Arabian Nights, Alpha, Beta, Limited Arabian Nights, which is a really interesting and unique take on the pointed formats. And he's also played several other formats as well, including Fallen Empires 40 and others. So great deck builder, smart player, very strategic. Did pretty well in our Pauper events that we ran over the summer and the fall. What I can do is I will pop up a picture of my deck, and while we're waiting for while we're waiting for Luke to join, we can just do a quick deck tech on my deck. So this is my deck here. This deck is nope, sorry, that is the wrong deck picture. That is my old robots deck picture. One second. Gotta get the right deck picture. Here we go. Okay. All right, so the version you saw earlier was one of my earlier drafts. This is the one that's actually that I finalized on and uploaded in Teleria. We haven't always done the Teleria upload requirements, but since we had 33 people sign up for this tournament this month, so we found that it was important to try and get everybody to, get their deck pictures loaded and all that, and hopefully it'll help tracking down deck picks. If you have to do it manually and track down 30 players and 30 deck pictures, it can be frustrating to say the least. So this month we had everybody load their stuff up into Teleria, and hopefully that'll make things quite a bit easier. So just taking a look at my deck here, it's a robots deck in all respects. It's very reminiscent of some of the earlier Four Horsemen Wild Wild West days, where workshop was unrestricted, strip mine was unrestricted, and library was allowed, things like that. So this deck has evolved quite a bit, and it hasn't been played much in recent times because I guess since we restricted Abyss, it just hasn't been as popular. So I decided this tournament that I would try to run robots again. I'm not sure if anybody else in the tournament is thinking the same. I haven't seen full-on robots by anyone else. And I really doubled down on this with some of my key cards here, including things like running 4 Clockwork Avians. I'm running 3 Dancing Scimitar, which is quite different than what you might see in many other decks. I also kind of realized that I needed some early creatures that can come down and give me some protection in the early game, and so I'm running a couple Yotian Soldiers and a couple of Dragon Engines, and these will give me a bit of 3 drop capabilities. I think the mana curve in the deck is much better when I do that. I'm also running, of course, the mandatory 4 Triskelion and the single Tanos Coffin. I'm running 2 Tetravis and 1 Jambe Tome. Along with those 3 Dancing Scimitars, I'm running a Strip Mine and then the 3 drops. In blue, I've got the 4 Mana Drains, the 4 Remove Souls, the 4 Sage of Latinum, which is really, really strong in this particular deck for Drawing Engine. And then I've also put in the 4 Flying Azure Drakes. And this bloated my deck by 4 cards, but at the same time, it gives me just a bit more flying protection and to have more options against things like Serendipity Freets. I've also put in a lot of utility lands here. I've got 3 of each Urza's lands and some City of Brass to help with the double blue for Mana Drain. Also, the City of Brass and the Volcanics help with my sideboard cards. 4 basic islands and 4 Volcanics. And let me see if Luke is going to get back to me. We've both got kids, so I just put my daughter down, and he may be putting his kids down. Let's see if he'll be jumping in just a second. So back to the deck picture and the deck text. So 4 basic islands, those 3 cities, and then I've got 4 volcanics for access to red. That's in there mainly because I wanted to run Falling Star and Active Volcano. I had thought about running Flash Flood, but I ended up opting for the boomerangs. Flash Flood can slow my deck down, but it doesn't stop my deck. And it allows me to boomerang things like Spirit Links or Oubliettes, or even to boomerang creatures if they've got a Dust to Dust or some other targeting mechanism, like if they're doing Pyrotechnics or something like that. It also allows me to bounce back things like the Abyss, or which this deck isn't really too vulnerable to, except for my blue creatures. But other world enchantments, there's a lot of spicy world enchantments that are floating around in the testing for this tournament. So I figured I might need something to help me out with the surprise impacts of Boomerang. I've also got the 4 active volcanoes. Those are there to help me take out other blue creatures, because blue is everywhere. Those are also there to take out energy flux should I run up against it, which is devastating for this deck. And then I'm topping off the sideboard with the 4 Falling Stars. This is great for weenie decks, as well as for helping me to tap creatures so I can get an advantage if I've got a lot of big blockers that I can't deal with. Falling Star is great. It taps them, it does 3 damage to them, and can be really, really, really strategic. And then I've got the Felden's Cane. If I come up against controlled decks that are long matches, 1 Recall and 1 Abyss. When it comes to Four Horsemen meta right now, there are definitely some new trends that are emerging. You see the 4 lands that I have that kind of bloat my deck to 64 cards. I'm running 2 additional Island of Whack Whack on top of the extra 4 Desert. Desert is really, really powerful, and it allows you to, particularly in mid to late game, you get a couple deserts out, and you combine that with your stout robot creatures, and you can really, really start to build a good defense, as well as some offensive capabilities to take down your attackers in combination with blocking. It can be really, really strong. It also slows down weenies. If you can get a desert early on, it can stop a flying man, and even things like Argothian Pixies, they get in for their damage, and then you can desert them and take them out for that 1 damage from the desert. I'm also running the 2 Islands of Whack Whack, and those are really strong because there's flying in almost every deck, and even if there isn't, I know it's a couple of extra cards that maybe you could argue should be in the sideboard, and I can definitely empathize with that argument. And if I had more discipline as a Magic player, I probably should have done that. But some matches do run long. There are some Millstone decks floating around. In fact, I built a Millstone deck. So I figured it's probably better to run the Islands of Whack Whack in the main. And there's so many Rook Eggs, things like that out there, that I felt it was worth it. And if my opponent gets an early Serendib Efreet, for example, having the Islands of Whack Whack and combining that with things like the Maze of Ith, it's just really strong. Super, super strong. Great defense. The opponent's going to be really struggling if they've got Serendibs, which are all over the place. They'll do enough damage to themselves that it can really swing a game if I can hold back the attacks with the Serendibs with the Maze of Ith and Island of Whack Whack. And Island of Whack Whack is unrestricted right now, so that's another card that I'm trying to really push on and exploit. Okay, Luke messaged me back here. Oh, he says sorry, he's joining. Okay, so he'll be here in just a second. So that's kind of a quick deck overview for me, and here is Luke right on time. Luke. Hey, man. All right. Hey, that was pretty good. I actually just did my deck tech and everything, so your timing was perfect.
Oh, nice. Good.
All right. Thanks for joining me, man. Appreciate you being here with me tonight. I know everybody's scrambling to get their matches in before the deadline. Hopefully everybody can make it.
Scrambling to start. We've got a good pod, I think, for me being super late. I feel like I may actually be able to get them all in, so that's good.
Oh, yeah.
My apologies.
We've got the weekend. We've got tomorrow, the Thursday meetup. A lot of folks do kind of, plan to meet on Thursdays, so hopefully we can get everything in, before Sunday.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I know Matthew and Mike are both have both been pretty easy to schedule stuff with in the past. So
yeah. All right, I just pulled my sideboard out, and I'll do a pile shuffle here, and we'll rock and roll.
Apologies in advance for some of the low effort proxies.
Low effort proxies. Well, I am guilty of that too. For example, this is my demonic torment from one of my other decks.
Nice.
You can't get much more low effort than a sticky note. I did make sure to print out any proxies for my actual tournament deck, but sometimes you got to do some testing, and a sticky note will have to suffice.
Yeah, I figured if I did well at all, I would definitely make more effort for like anything beyond the pod round. But
yeah.
All right. I do have to look one up because I'm not sure. I basically just took one of Peter's decks and then.
Oh no, Peter! Yes, I mean you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong with just duplicating a Peter deck and then maybe adding a personal tweak here and there because he's actually absolutely crushed and dominated.
Yeah, like there was one part of this where I was like, oh, I wonder why he didn't kind of go that way with it. And then I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm going to trust that he made the right call.
Yeah. Well, Tournament 9 was the big, I would say, like pinnacle of evolution of his red, blue, green kind of combo deck. Running Rook Egg with Chain Lightning and Falling Star, and then the big breakthrough was I was putting I turned Peter on to Disharmony with the Diamond Valley combo. Disharmony Diamond Valley is absolutely brutal if you get it played on you. And then he splashed in Reincarnation because one of our European players who played a robots deck in tournament, I think 7, was running Reincarnation, and we hadn't really seen very much of that. I think it was splashed in the early tournaments 1 or 2. But he was running Reincarnation to reincarnate his Triskelions in his robot deck, and he was also trying to splash in Eureka. So he was trying to do like a couple of different things, in the same deck. And so Peter grabbed the Reincarnation thing. So he's taken like some really good ideas from different players and then synergized them together. And then that deck was undefeated. It just rolled over everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get to see the final match that was done in person on the YouTube?
No, I didn't. I'll have to take a look.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Peter and Max, Maxime, they live about 20 minutes from each other up in the Ontario, Canada area. And Max was in the running in the finals, and Peter helped Max build his decks. So they ended up facing off, and they played the finals in person. And John and I did live commentary while they brought the setup to do the video and jump and whereby from there.
Awesome.
So it was a lot of fun, man. They did the best 3 out of 5, and it was crazy. I won't spoil it for you, but it's definitely worth watching with
nice
a choice beverage if you got a little extra time.
I have not. I'm trying to think of like when was the last time I played in person. I don't know, but the there are folks who are trying to do like an Alpha 40 style league with sort of relaxed printing rules in Chapel Hill.
Ooh.
And so I'm probably going to head over there at some point. I think they do it every Sunday.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I see your Alpha 40 mat there.
Yeah, this is my like backup. I have this one downstairs and I have another one upstairs. That's like basically like just a giant desk protector. It's just been on my desk for like 4 years now.
Yeah. Well, their Alpha 40 is like one of the original kind of unique French formats that's really going strong.
Sure.
Huh?
Yeah, I haven't played in a long time. But yeah, like I've just been playing some other formats and I just haven't had the time to do Alpha 40 as well. But I'd love to do it again sometime, especially in person. It's so much fun. You can just put middle on top.
Okay. All right, you can do your left on top. And
all right.
Shall we roll?
Sure.
Okay. You want to roll and I'll call? I'll take.
Sure.
I'll take odds, please.
It is an odd.
Sweet. All right. I'll take the play. And good luck, Luke.
Okay. Good luck.
Luke, if my screen happens to get blurry at any time, just let me know and I'll do a refresh for you.
Sounds good.
Okay, I can keep.
I'll keep.
All right. I'll take the play. I'll start off with our self-printed. Let me do a little plug here. The self-printed Islands, Arabian Nights Islands proxy with this sweet Four Horsemen back. Did you get some of these?
I got a couple, yeah.
Okay, good, yeah. John Eccleberry, long-term supporter of the Four Horsemen, played in every single tournament since the first, has been printing these and giving these out in addition to our other prizes for the group, just for participating. So I think that's been a very popular participation prize.
Yeah, he's done a lot for in Fallen Empires too, printing up cool tokens and different things.
Yeah. Okay, and I'll pass, Luke.
All right, I'll draw a card. I'll play a plateau, and I'll pass.
White red, interesting. Okay. Right. I will play a Urza power plant, and I'll play a Sage of Latinum.
Sage of Latinum. Okay.
And I'll pass.
End of turn, I will chain lightning your Sage of Latinum.
Oh, chain's the sorcery though.
You're right.
You can do it on your turn.
I'll do it on my turn. I'll draw a card. I will play a plains.
Yeah.
And I will chain lightning your Sage of Latinum.
Okay, dead Sage.
And I'll pass.
All right. Okay. All right. I will play a City of Brass and pass.
Yeah. Draw. I'll play another plateau, and I'll pass.
Okay. Okay, I will play another Urza's power plant. And I will pass as well.
Draw a card. And I'll pass.
Okay. All right, I will play another Urza's power plant and pass. Power plant, power plant, power plant.
Draw a card.
I would have Tron right now if those guys were cooperating.
All right. I'm gonna hit you for 3 with the chain lightning.
Okay. I'm at 17.
17.
Ooh, if I had another City of Brass, I could bounce it back and take 5 damage.
And oh, I just want to do this. All right, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna pay 1 red for a Winds of Change.
Winds of Change. Ah, I think I know what you're on then. All right, how many cards do you have?
So I have 5. So we shuffle our hands back into our library.
Oh yes, I'm familiar. I'm thinking if I want to. Hold on.
Oh, sure.
Hold on, Luke. I may want to respond to that.
Sure.
I built a Land's Edge, Land's Tax deck, so I was testing it.
This is my first old school deck.
Oh yeah,
But
it's
in this,
it can
no moxes.
Yeah, it can be killer good.
You get like all the combo pieces though, so it's hard to like pass up.
Yes, it is an interesting deck. Okay, so if we do that, then I'm going to end up with that. Do I want 5 cards?
Oh, so we each get however many we had.
Yes, I have 5 in hand as well.
Okay, you have 5 as well. Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I was like, I don't know, man. I'm probably just gonna put him right into his like Tron, but
yeah,
like,
that's what I was wondering. Like, could I draw into my Tron lands? Could I? I mean, my hand was interesting, but it wasn't like it was neither great nor terrible. It was just mediocre.
Yeah.
So I might quite possibly draw a better hand.
Yeah, that's sort of the position I was in too. I was like, all right, I don't really see this going anywhere. I kind of want to shake things up.
Okay.
But you can go your way, that's for sure.
And you can do your left hand on top.
Okay. You can just put middle on top.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, same for me.
All right. I will play a land tax.
Uh-oh.
And I'll pass.
Yeah, I was worried about that.
4 cards.
Okay. Okay, I will play a Yoshin Soldier and pass.
Okay. Untap, upkeep. I will trigger my land tax and
Sure.
grab 3 basic lands.
Yep.
Wait, look at my hand first. Okay. I was like, which ones? Be good to know. All right. 1. 2. Where's the other one? Oh, it's literally the top card. All right.
So plains, and swamp?
Plains, swamp.
Okay.
Though, ooh, this might have been a bad call because I still have to draw a card. How many lands do you have? 1, 2, 3,
I
4,
have 5.
I should have taken only 2.
That's okay. You can just take 2. It's fine.
I'll just reshuffle. I forgot about drawing the card. I haven't done that yet. I don't want to end up discarding a land. I don't need to. All right.
Okay, you can do your right hand on top. I've been doing dice rolls to do what the deck cutting, so there's some randomness to it.
Sure. All right. I'll pass.
Okay. Okay, I'll attack with the Yoshin Soldier.
I'll Maze of it.
Okay. Oh, is that what that is over there? Maze of Ith?
That's one of the few non-lazy proxies. That was a effort proxy.
Gotcha. All right. Okay, I'll play a 6th land. It's an Urza Mine, and I'll play a Dancing Scimitar.
Dancing Scimitar. Okay.
and pass.
Right. I'm not going to trigger my land tax.
Okay.
Untap. Draw a card. Radiant Soldier's 1/4.
He's a 1/4, and the Scimitar's a 1/5 flying. So they're both good defenders.
All right. I'm gonna blast you with the chain lightning.
Okay, I take another 3 and go to 14.
And I'll pass with 7 cards.
Okay. Okay, I'll declare attacks with these two guys.
All right. I'll Mazavith the soldier.
Okay.
I'll take 1.
All right, got you at 19. Okay, I'll play a Volcanic Island. And I will pass.
Untap. I'm not gonna trigger my land tax. Draw a card. Okay. Interesting. It's not doing anything for me now, but I should probably play a swamp, and I'll tap 4 for the Abyss,
Okay.
and I'll pass.
Okay.
6 cards.
All right, I'll play another Volcanic Island. I'll go to attack and attack with these two guys.
All right, I'll maze the soldier.
Okay.
And I'll take 1. I'm at 18.
Right. Got you at 18. I'll do the 4 Urza's lands, an island, and a volcanic. And I will play a Tetravis.
Tetravis, yeah.
And I will pass.
Yeah, I don't think my Abyss is going to do a whole lot, unfortunately.
Well, I am running blue. It'll kill the Sage of Latnium if they come out again.
Right. All right. Going to tap 3 for a Land's Edge.
Okay. Land's
That
Edge.
resolve?
How many cards are in your hand?
6.
6 cards in hand. Okay, I'll tap the Volcanic Island and the City of Brass for blue. I'll take a damage and go to 13, and I'll try and mana drain the Land's Edge.
You got it.
Okay.
I'll pass you.
Okay.
You have 3 mana.
All right, I'm going to split the Tetravis and take its tokens off. So these guys have Summoning Sickness. I'll draw. Okay, I'll use the 3 and 3, and I'll play a Triskelion.
Okay.
And then I'll attack with these 3/1 guys.
All right, I'll maze the Tetravis, I guess.
Okay.
I take 2.
And you take 2.
I'm at 16.
All right, got you at 16. All right, and then after combat, okay, I'll pass with 2.
All right, untap. I will trigger my Land's Edge, land tax.
Yeah.
I will get a main mountain. I don't know how much I want to get. I don't really want to empty it. I will get. I'll actually just get a plains. That'll go to my hand.
Okay. And you can do your right hand on top.
All right. Upkeep, draw. Help. One black, one. Don't want to do this. It matters. All right, I'm going to go to discard, and I'm going to discard a Chains of Mephistopheles.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a great card. And it's a very good sideboard card. It's even it's interesting to have it as a main deck because there's a lot of drawing going on.
I'll pass to you.
Okay.
Oh, I guess maybe that's why he doesn't have Sylvan Library in here. Because Chains like wrecks Sylvan Library.
Yes.
They counts as 3
and Jalum Tome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be pretty bad.
Well, with Winds of Change, it's like basically it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I need my Winds of Change to potentially dig for my win conditions, so
Right.
I don't really want to play it.
Right. Okay, so I'll go to attack, and I'll attack with everybody.
All right, I'll maze one of them.
Okay, the Triskelion's the biggest guy,
Sure.
so I assume you want to maze him.
Oh yeah, the Triskelion. Yeah, you're right. Yep, I'll maze him.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, yikes, I'm at 10.
Okay, got you at 10.
Yeah, if I just could have gotten a Land's Edge earlier.
Okay, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and I'll play another Triskelion.
Mm-hmm.
And I got 2 cards, and I will pass.
Untap. Let's see. I don't think I can. I'm probably not making it another turn. All right, I'm going to activate land tax.
Well, all you need to do is draw into your Land's Edge and hope I don't have another mana drain, because I'm at 12, so if you could get 7 lands in hand...
yeah, which is
it's
the
doable.
number that I currently have. Well, now I have 10.
Yeah, so if you draw into Land's Edge here and I don't have a mana drain, that could...
It was more just to thin the deck. I was like, do I want to...
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I didn't want to burn my, like, the lands in your deck are basically your fuel, right? And I don't want to waste it. But
Yeah.
I don't have another turn.
Yeah.
If I don't do anything. So.
Here's to the trust your top deck to this dice. So if it's an odd, it's your left on top. If it's an even, it's a right. Okay, it's an even, so right hand on top. And let's see if that's a Land's Edge.
Draw a card. It's not. It is one of the very few basic lands. I have 11 basic lands in my hand.
Oh my god.
Lands.
Dang.
I will discard a plateau.
Are you running anything like Divine Offering or anything like that?
Nope. Plateau and 3 planes, and I'll pass with 7 cards in hand.
Oh, this is one of the reasons why I decided not to run Land Tax Edge, because in my test games it was so hard to get the combo consistently.
Yeah.
It's fun when it works, and then the rest of the time you're just kind of frustrated.
I'm not sure about black. I don't know that it's worth it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah, Abyss is great, man. Like,
Abyss is awesome, usually, yeah.
All right, so we'll come in with everybody.
All right, I'll maze one of your Triskelions.
All right, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I can do 6 with the after the combat.
I only have 10 life.
Okay, wow, yeah. I mean, 1 Land's Edge right there, and it's game.
All right, yeah, it's tough with like mana drain. Just is so brutal.
Yeah, and I only had one. I'll tell you, I did not have a mana drain in my hand, so if you had drawn into it, it would have been a win for you easily.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure they're in here somewhere.
Sideboard time.
All right, let's see.
Okay, what do I have for land tax edge? I don't know that I have much. But let's see. That's what we got to work with.
I need a 9. There must be other chains in here. It's kind of a funny deck because it's got Chain Lightning, Chains of Mephistopheles, and then Winds of Change.
Yeah, it's got a lot of the chain. Maybe that's what you could call it. You could call it tax edge chain.
All right. Yeah, those would be good. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
6, 7, 8, 9. All right, I'll do that. All right, this is easier to count the sideboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, I'm good. Shuffle it up.
How's your kiddo doing, Luke?
He's good. He just turned 8 months the other day.
Oh my gosh. James turns 1 tomorrow.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. They're really close together.
Wild. He's learning stuff all the time. He's very loud. I think it's very hard for him to have all these things going on in his head and not be able to enact any of it,
Oh yeah.
Caught in his own little brain. But
is he walking yet?
What's that?
Is he starting to walk yet?
He can kind of stand up a little bit with help, and take some steps again with major help. So I don't expect him to walk for another couple months, I guess.
Yeah.
I think Liam was about a year.
Yeah, James started walking just about a week and a half ago, literally right before his birthday. And he's doing he walks kind of like this, the legs are wide apart. He's kind of but he's tripping on everything. He doesn't understand. He's got to lift his foot when he's stepping over things. But he's getting it.
Yep. And that's your second, right?
That's our second. Yeah. One girl, Audrey. Audrey's 3.5, and James is hitting the number 1 tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, that's basically the same age. Liam turned 3 at the beginning of the month. So
nice.
Yeah. They're doing all right. I mean, Liam's going to preschool.
Yeah, we started Audrey in preschool. She's learning to count and sing songs and draw. Oh, yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Liam sings all the time. He learns songs, a whole song, every single word, not like a song on the radio, but the songs that they sing, the kids' songs, he's got quite a memory for that sort of thing.
All right, you can do odds. You can do your left hand on top.
You can just put middle on top.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go first.
Sure. All right, good luck, Luke.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Though actually, with this deck, going first isn't like a huge advantage, I guess. Gotta toss that back.
No good?
0 combo pieces.
Well, the other good thing about Land Tax Edge is you can use the old aggressive mulligan strategy thing where where you are.
Yeah, all you need is a land tax and a white source.
That's right.
That's all you really need.
Yep, and you can make up any. You can. In some of my practice games, I'd mulligan down to 4 cards, and then you just land tax and you're back to 7.
I didn't mulligan aggressively enough. I should have it was a loose keep in game 1. I should have mulliganed harder. Yeah, because the deck only has 19 lands in it. I guess 20 maybe if you count Maze of Ith. So there's not many lands in the deck.
Yeah, you don't need that many.
But yeah, it's always a balance because it's like you don't need lands, but you also like your lands are your fuel. You need to make sure you have enough of them in the deck. All right.
Okay, you can do your. It's an even. You can do your right hand on top this time.
All right, let's try this again. 1, 2, 3. Mulligan count at 1. Alright, I'll keep and I will mulligan. I'll put that one under.
Okay.
Clean, to go.
Alright. Island pass.
Card. Mountain go.
Okay. Alright, I will play a PowerPoint and a Sage and pass. He's basically a chain lightning bolt here. Lightning rod.
Yeah. I actually don't even have one, so he's gonna stick around.
I really like this guy because he's got the 2 on the defense, so he can block like scavenger folks and other 1/1s, and he's and he can give you a little defense early on, some chump blocker, and if he survives, he's a great drawing mechanism later on.
Yeah, get some value out of some stuff. I'll pass.
Okay.
6 cards.
Okay, we'll attack with the Sage.
19.
And pass.
Ready. Okay, plateau. No pass.
Okay. Okay, attack with Sage. Alright. Okay, I'll play Urza Tower.
Sure.
Alright, I got the tower and the power plant. All I need is the mine. And I'll pass.
Okay. Jeez. All right. I'm gonna put a spirit link on your Sage of Latnam.
Okay, very good.
And I'll pass.
Spirit link.
When does this gain the life? Is it like at the same time, before or after?
Well, so in the old rules, you could go down below 0 in your phase and stuff like that. In the new rules, like if you're dead within the phase, you're dead. But yes, you lose the life, and then you gain it. You gain it back. So if it kills you, then it kills you.
You're dead.
But if you get down to like anything other than 0, as long as you stay at 1 or above, then you gain it back.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right. Spirit linked Sage.
And yeah, and I passed. I don't know if I said that.
Yeah, I got you.
Was this in Legends?
What's that?
Was this from Legends?
Spirit Link? Yes. Yeah, it's a Legends card. What to do now? I don't want to play a land because I don't want you dropping land tax and taxing on me. I'm going to discard a desert and pass.
All right. Tap. Draw. Man. I'll pass. 7 cards.
Okay, I'll discard a remove soul and pass.
Card.
Eventually, I'll get another sage.
All right, I'm going to. All right. I'm gonna cast Winds of Change. I have 7 cards.
Ooh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 as well.
All right.
Okay, so we each draw 7. And these go in, yeah?
Yeah, they get shuffled in.
I just realized I forgot to take my remove souls out of my and sideboard them out. I'm like, I don't fucking need those. What was I thinking? Although you could always spice it up and throw something in there.
Stuff in, yeah. I mean, it's always an option.
All right. Hopefully,
what would be like the big hitter? Allow red, white, black. Evil Eye. All right. You can put middle on top.
Okay, you do your right hand on top.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see what I get.
I'm hoping I get an Urza's Mine.
Yeah.
Or Sage of Latnium would be good.
I'm going to tap 2 for a Circle of Protection artifacts.
Ah, nice. Wow, what a great sideboard card. Okay, very good. All right, I will play a Sage of Latnium.
Yep.
Now the COP, you pay 1 or 2?
It's 2. Yeah. So it's mana intensive, unfortunately.
Okay, I'll pass.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. You're still at 3 lands. All right. I'm going to cast a Land's Edge.
Okay. Nothing I can do about that. Okay. Anything else?
Yep, I pass.
Okay. Okay, I'll attack with the Sage.
Sure. 17.
Okay. And I'll play another Sage and pass.
It's a lot of Sages. All right. Untap, upkeep, draw. All right. Tap 1 white for a land tax.
Okay.
And pass.
Land tax. All right. No upkeep for me. Okay, we'll attack with these 2 sages.
Yeah, nothing I can do. I'm at 15.
Okay. And I'll discard Urza's Tower and pass.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Alright. Can I do it? Oh, no, I don't think I can. See, I will play Strip Mine.
Yeah, there you go. That's all you needed.
I'll pass to you.
Okay.
It's cards.
Okay, I'll play Workshop, and I'll play a Clockwork Avian, and
Sure.
I'll attack with these 2 guys.
I'm at 13. Oh, wait, no. I use... yep, that's fine. Yep. We're good.
And I will pass.
Okay. Let's see. End of your turn, I will strip mine my mountain, I guess.
Yep.
All right. During my upkeep, I will trigger my land tax.
Yeah.
I will grab 1, 2, 3. Really good shuffle.
This time I'm at 20, so I might be able to survive a turn or 2 of land taxing. Okay, it's an even, so you can do your right hand on top.
All right, I'll draw a card.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
14 damage?
I can do 12, and I'll just do that now. I'm going to do 12 damage to you.
Okay, I'm at 8.
And I'll pass to you.
Okay.
I have 4 cards.
All right. So I need to be able to kill you this turn or it's game. If I draw an Urza's Mine, I may be able to do it. But you've got 2 mana. That's not an Urza's Mine. If it were a blue, I could have maybe gotten in. Okay. We'll attack with everybody.
Oh, sure. I'll use.
Wait. Before I attack, hold on a second. 1,
Sure.
2, 3. You're gonna pay for him, so it's 3. No, I can only do 6. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just attack with the 2 sages and the clockwork.
All right. I'll use my 2 for the cop artifact.
Yeah. Okay. So he goes down to 3 counters.
So I'm at 11.
You take 2.
that right?
Yep. You're at 11. And I think you win.
Well, I don't know. I can only get 3 with land
3,
tax.
4,
I need to then draw another land.
All right.
So,
I'll tap the workshop and 3 for 6 mana and play the Triskelion.
Sure.
And I will pass.
Okay, untap. Get. Activate my land tax. 1, 2, 3. Come on, just draw another land. Though there's not many lands left in the deck, so I don't know how many chances I get. It'd be a very lucky draw, I would say.
A Spirit Link would also work.
All right.
All right, let's let the dice determine your fate. It's an even, right hand on top.
All right, one card.
Boom, there it is.
All right. Wasn't how I planned on it going.
Chain lightning will do, right? Do a chain lightning.
That's exactly what it was. It's chain lightning. I'll do 6 damage to you and then cast a chain lightning.
All right, very good.
All right.
All right.
I think if I realized Cop Artifact required 2 to activate, I wouldn't have put 2 in the deck.
Yeah, but it's okay. Like it saved you, right? All you needed was that one turn to be able to get around it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that one turn, Luke, where you paid 2 and prevented the 4. That prevented me from being able to kill you on the next attack, right? Because I would have had you down at 7. But I actually maybe not. I could have only done 6 damage that one turn. So I still think it saved you. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, might have been better off just with like divine offerings in place of that. That's probably the better call.
Right.
But yeah, because I think I'm only running like one of those. I don't know. The sideboard was just kind of like really just thrown together last second.
Right.
Could definitely use some work.
But this is good. I like it when it's 1 and 1, right? It's always more fun when you got a real challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Sweeping is never any fun, honestly, you know? Yeah,
well, 3 is more than 2, so 3 is better than 2.
Yeah, I played a lot of land tax edge. Like, I really, really tried to make it work, and I experimented with things like I had a spectral Ollie from Cairo spectral cloak deck that I was tinkering with. It was also combo and very fun, but very tricky to get the combo. There's a lot of cool combos out there, and there's not a lot of decks that are really able to leverage white significantly. So it's nice that land tax edge can really take advantage of the good white cards.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for white and Four Horsemen because it's just not very strong.
Yeah.
Outside of those 2 cards, Spirit Link and land tax.
Yeah, Spirit Link is a big one for sure.
But you can splash those into any color, so they're really, you know, you really just don't see too much white beyond those cards.
Yep, it needs a disenchant effect.
Well,
I guess
there's presence of the master, which destroys enchantments and prevents enchantments from being played. That's one of the interesting things about Four Horsemen is you really have to build decks that can deal with enchantments. Yeah. Yeah,
I think really what white suffers from is just the lack of really good creatures. Because like I think what is it? Moorish Cavalry has like the biggest stats of any
the 3/3.
I mean, like that's rough.
Yeah, it's a 5, so you can do your left on top. There's Thunder Spirit, the 2/2 flying first striker, which is good.
That's true. You can put middle on top.
Okay, and there's a lot of great small little weenie creatures that are not too bad with Army of Allah and Jihad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's tricky to make a white weenie deck, although I have seen them. Okay, I'll keep.
I'll keep 2.
Okay. Oops, I don't draw on my first turn. What am I doing? Okay, I'll play a Volcanic Island and pass.
I'll play a plains. I'll draw a card.
Yep.
I'll play a plains and an ivory tower.
Ooh, nice. That is going to be a big problem. Okay.
And go ahead.
All right. I'll play an island and a Sage of Latinam and pass.
I mean, that's essentially why I kept this hand.
Yeah.
I was like, I think that's good enough.
Oh, yeah.
Right, I won 2 life.
That's absolutely good enough.
Draw a card. And I'll pass.
Okay. Got you at 22.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I didn't hit a land. Do you mind if I...
Oh, yeah. That's fine.
That's out. And then I'll pass.
Okay. Okay. I'll attack with the Sage.
21.
And I'll play a Urza's Tower and a Dragon Engine and pass.
All right. Draw a card. Oh, I gained 2 at 23.
Okay. 23.
Draw a card.
What is that land that's proxied, Luke?
Plateau.
Okay.
I'll play a swamp. And I'll tap 3 for an artifact possession.
Okay.
On your dragon engine.
All right. He is artifact possessed.
So anytime he's tapped or has an activation cost paid, you lose 2. You get 2 damage.
Okay. All right.
And I'll pass it.
Okay, I'll sacrifice the Dragon Engine to draw a card with the Sage.
Sure. Forgot about that. Good bummer.
I'll play a Volcanic Island.
Mm-hmm.
And pass.
Untap. Upkeep, I have 5. So I gain 1. I'm at 24.
Okay, 24.
Draw a card. All right. I'll pass.
Okay.
6 cards.
Okay, I'll attack with the Sage.
23.
Okay. I'll play a Desert. And I'll play another Dragon Engine.
Uh-huh.
And pass.
All right. Untap, upkeep. I got 6 cards. So I gain 2 life. 25. Draw a card. I'm gonna Chain Lightning your Sage of Latinam.
Okay, I'll bounce it back to you with my 2 Volcanic Islands.
Okay. I'm
All
at
right.
20.
22.
And I'll pass.
Okay.
6 cards.
Okay, I'll attack with the Dragon Engine.
Sure. No blocks.
Okay, no pumps.
Okay, so just 1.
Yeah.
21.
Okay, and then after combat, I'll play a Sage of Latinam.
Okay.
And I will pass with 4.
Untap, upkeep, I gain 2, 23. Draw a card. Okay. Plains. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, I will play land, and I'll attack with the Dragon Engine and the Sage.
Sure, no response.
Okay, I'll pump the Dragon Engine twice for 4.
Okay.
So 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, 19.
All right, and I pass.
All right, I gain 2. I'm at 21.
21. All right.
Draw a card. That's not what I wanted. All right. Man.
Well, you're doing pretty good, Luke. You're still at 21.
Yeah,
I mean,
all right. I will pass.
Yeah, the Ivory Tower is so strong. It's part of the reason why we had to restrict it.
Oh yeah, that's a ridiculous card.
Yeah.
I love how they were like so scared of life gain and then like printed Ivory Tower, and it's just so ridiculous.
Okay, I'll play a land and I'll attack with these 2.
No response.
Okay, I'll pump again.
Okay.
For 4, so 3 and 4 damage total.
Okay. I'm at 17.
Yep, got you at 17, and I will pass.
All right, I'm back up to 20.
Okay, back to 20.
Draw a card. All right. All right. How many lands do you have? 1, 2,
1,
3,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You got a bunch. Okay. I'm going to play a plateau.
Okay.
I'm going to tap 5, like Pyrotechnics.
Pyrotechnics?
I'm going to hit
hold on. I may respond to that.
Yeah. Sure.
Pyrotechnics is, that's going to be bad for me. But I need to save my mana drains for the land taxes, or the land's edge. So that's going to deal 4 damage. So you could kill either the Sage or the Dragon Engine. Okay, Pyrotechnics is good.
All right, I'm going to hit the Dragon. I'm going to hit the Sage and then do 2 to you.
2 to the Sage and 2 to me. Okay, I'm at 18.
And I'll pass to you. 6 cards in hand.
Okay. Okay, I'll attack with the Dragon Engine.
No response.
Okay, I got you at 19.
Okay.
And then after combat, I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll play a Clockwork Avian.
Sure.
And I will pass.
Untap. Upkeep, I gain 2. I'm at 21.
Okay, 21.
Draw a card. Okay. Two and 1 colorless. I'm going to cast Dust to Dust.
Dust to Dust? Man, you're not making it easy on me, Luke. Okay, I will mana drain the dust to dust.
Okay. I'll also play a land tax.
Okay.
And we got a Clockwork Avian.
Clockwork Avian and a Dragon Engine, yeah.
I'm going to Spirit Link your Dragon Engine.
Okay.
And I'll pass.
Okay, I'll use the 3 mana, 2 from the desert, and 1 from the tower, and I'll play Triskelion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to strip mine one of my deserts, so I go down to 5 lands.
Sure.
And I'll attack with the Clockwork Avian for 4.
Oh yeah, it's a 4/4. For some reason, I think it was like a 3/4. All right.
It will be a 3/4 after it attacks. It trickles down each time. Okay, so you take 4. I got you at 17.
Yep.
Okay, he goes to 3 counters now. And I will pass.
You only have 5 lands.
I have 5 lands now. Yeah, I stripped mine, so I went from 7 to 2.
All right, I'm going to draw a card.
Okay.
And the Avian's a 3/4.
He's a 3/4 now. After he attacks, he's a 2/4 and then a 1/4.
Yeah, I should have Spirit Linked that one, though. Well, no, I think I made the right choice.
Yeah, the Dragon Engine could possibly deal more damage. He's going to get weaker with each attack, so I think you did the right thing.
I'll pass. I'm at 5.
Okay, before the end of your turn, I'm going to boomerang my Dragon Engine to my hand, and then we'll go to my turn. Okay, I'll attack with the 3/4 Clockwork and the 4/4 Triskelion.
Yeah, you got it. I'm at 10.
All right, finally getting in there. I think I've done about 40 damage. Okay, and then after combat, I will play the Dragon Engine again.
Mm-hmm.
And I will pass.
All right. I gain 1.
Okay.
5 cards.
Got you at 11.
Draw a card.
Oh, and the clockwork goes to 2 counters now after his second attack. So now he's a 2/4.
All right, I'm gonna Chain Lightning your Dragon Engine.
Chain Lightning my Dragon Engine. Okay, I will bounce the Chain Lightning back to you with my 2 Volcanics.
Okay.
Alright, so you go to 8.
8.
Alright, Dragon Engine is dead.
And you're all tapped out.
Now's your chance.
Yeah, but I don't have the red mana. I need another red mana.
Oh, that's right. You're missing the.
I'm missing double red.
Oh, oh man. Well, you're not dead next turn. I can. Well, wait. Let's see. I can do 4. I can do 6, and I can do 6 plus 3. Yeah, I can do 9 damage next turn.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, I can play another land tax, but that's all I can do.
Dang.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. Well, I was.
Thanks, man.
Oof, that could have been another close one. I don't know if you had everything you needed except for the red mana.
I had the Land's Edge, the strip mine.
Oh yeah.
Saved you, because if I had just one turn,
right,
I would have gotten the 1 red mana. I had fissures, so I could have fissured my own planes to get back under and stuff with the red mana. But yeah.
Well, basically, once I realized that I forgot to take out my stupid remove souls, I put in my boomerangs, and the boomerang works really well with Spirit Link, and it also works with, things like the Abyss to get it back in their hand, kind of stuff.
Sure, you can just Triskelion, get the counters back.
Oh yeah, get the counters back on Triskelion.
Boomerang is a great card. Unsummon is one of my favorite cards.
Yeah, it's a sneaky
singleton format.
Sneaky.
I feel like it's like my lucky card. If I ante an unsummon, I win.
Yeah.
And so, I love Boomerang because it's similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I like I said, I think the sideboard could really use some work.
Well, the Dust to Dust and the Pyrotechnics were pretty effective. I just decided to gamble and counter that Dust to Dust.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's what I was doing. Essentially, I was like, well, I'm biding my time until I can get that red mana. I want to try to get these mana drains out of there.
Yeah, it was smart.
You had it, and because I had Winds of Change, but it's like, that doesn't work if I have the cards that I need to play. It's just it doesn't really work. Then you can take a gamble, I guess, if you have just nothing to lose.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's just I think that the sideboard could use some work. I forgot that because I included this one. This is a weird one. Stormworld.
Oh yeah, it's like the rack basically.
Well, so I was thinking it was like Black Vice.
It's like the rack, and
I was like, oh, it's like a Black Vice, but it's a little different. And and I put it in there, and I was like, I was messaging with Peter, and he's like, well, why don't you just put it in the rack? And I was like, oh, that's right. It's not like Black Vice. It's the opposite of Black Vice, basically. I was like, it's like the rack.
Well, for one, the rack costs 4, so Stormworld is way better.
The rack only costs 1.
The rack? Oh, what am I thinking of?
You're thinking of a cursed rack?
I thought the rack cost 4.
I thought the rack cost 3. So it's weird that both of us thought that it cost a thing that it doesn't cost.
Let's find out. Let's see if it's in my.
Peter sent me a picture of one, and it said 1 in the top corner.
Okay, but what am I thinking of then? There's something that costs 4 from
Cursed Rack is 3.
Cursed Rack, is that what I'm thinking of?
That makes you discard.
Oh yeah, here's the rack right here. I have it proxied as Ivory Towers. The rack.
So I probably should have just played that instead of Stormworld, because it's also an enchant world, which messes with Land's Edge.
Yeah, that's right. You wanna play the Stormworld. I like the Stormworld because it can get rid of.
It also it can do 4 damage instead of 3. It hits you as well.
Yeah.
But I like that it's artifact hate is not going to touch it.
Right.
Like this deck is only running Ivory Tower. It's the only artifact in the deck.
Okay.
So you're most of the time any artifact and creature removal stuff is just going to get blanked.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I probably am thinking of Cursed Rack.
But yeah, it's funny because I also thought the same thing. But then it kind of makes sense because it's not going to do anything if you play it early. Mm-hmm. I mean, you play it turn 1.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
But late game when your opponent's low, combined with the land tax Land's Edge, if you can zap them with a few lands and get them low with the rack, I think that works.
And if you have chains, chains makes Winds of Change into both players shuffle their hands into their deck.
You get them back in.
Just mill that many cards.
Right.
So then everybody ends up with no hand.
Right.
It's not exactly discarding your hand, but it's similar.
Yes. So by the way, I don't know if you know this, but I came up with that combo, Winds of Change and Chains of
nice.
Mephistopheles.
Yeah.
I had that in a deck in Tournament 9, and Peter was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
and
it's cool. It's a cool idea. And then obviously the Abyss is awesome. He has there's a bunch of Imprison in here.
Yeah,
which seems pretty good.
Imprison
but you have to pay the tax. I'm not 100% sold on it.
Yeah, I mean it's good in certain scenarios when you have a lot of mana. Like
I feel like Artifact Possession makes more sense.
Yeah, and that was really good sideboard card against me, but I just happened to have the Sage of Latnium, so
yeah,
I mean, I
kept having to kill those things. I was still, like, okay, this thing needs to go, because I was like, I had this dust to dust in my hand, and I was like, I just need to kill this stupid Sage of Latnium. Like, what am I gonna do?
I was surprised you did 2 chains, and knowing that I had the Volcanics, because that's 6 damage coming back at you.
Yeah.
And also, I was holding lands in my hand, so I was like, if he plays Land's Edge, I'm going to zap him.
Yeah. I've definitely been killed by my own Land's Edge before.
Yeah.
That's definitely happened. I had one, I was like an old school tournament, and I think like I had wheeled, so we each drew 7 cards, and I literally only needed to get 1 land to kill my opponent. And I didn't get it, and he got like enough lands to kill me, and I was like, "This sucks."
Yeah, that's magic. All right, well, I do like the deck. I think it's interesting. I like some of those sideboard cards. I mean, the Chains of Mephistopheles main deck, with the Winds of Change, that could absolutely brutalize somebody, especially if you play that Storm World. There's some interesting stuff going on there.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely, being that this was like my first old school deck archetype, like I could definitely see, continuing to kind of like play around with it and figure out, because like I do think a green version might be pretty cool, because then you get Sylvan Library, like maybe cut the black and see what green has to offer. I don't know what green really has in terms of like...
You'd be surprised.
Removal.
I don't want to give away any special sauce, but there are some green cards that people are running that have never been run in Four Horsemen before.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that...
I'll take a look.
You're going to see some green surprises, and there's some green cards that in combination with certain lands that can really do some amazing stuff, so
nice.
Be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, I mean, you could even do like a sideboard. You could put like a forest in the sideboard.
Yeah.
And then just Sylvan Library and a bunch of, and just basically board out the black and bring in the green. And,
Are you running City of Brass in your build right now?
No.
Yeah. So
it's just 4 plateaus and then basics. Okay. 4 plateaus, a strip mine, and then basics.
And are you running any mountains at all?
Yeah, a couple. It's like 10 plains, 3 mountains, and a swamp.
Okay, yeah. So
you gotta have one basic of at least one basic of each color.
Yeah. So my strategy, as you saw, was, since I've played a lot of land tax, Land's Edge, in certain scenarios you can play around it, and that's what I tried to do. It's worth it to discard rather than allow you to trigger land tax. So I tried to make sure, until there was a turning point, I tried to make sure that I could stay ahead of you. What allowed me to play lands was I drew my strip mine. So I knew if I had my strip mine, I can always play it later and sack basically wax 2 of my lands.
Right. Yep.
And so I tried to play around the land tax.
It's a great card in Land's Edge. In Tax Edge, yeah. So like I have my 1 strip mine, and then I have 4 fissures, and I was like, man, 5 mana is expensive for creature removal. And then I realized, it's like, oh, this isn't for creature removal.
It's to zap a land and land tax, baby.
Yeah, I was like, this is a combo piece.
This is for
that, like, doubles as a creature removal if you need it.
This is for my instant speed land tax, whether you want me to or not.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not sure about Winds of Change. I mean, I don't know. It can be such a bomb card.
It's iffy. I think what makes it potentially worth it is that combo with the Chains of Mephistopheles. You know, as long as your opponent has more land than you know, you can ditch that hand and you can land tax and recover 3 cards at least,
right.
you know, and then you're thinning your deck. You'll probably draw something that's not a land. They're out of cards, you know. You've got the Storm World. I mean,
Yeah.
it
I
could
think
be brutal.
Probably going more all in on something like that with Storm Worlds and the Rack might be a way to go. Against like a deck where you're gonna struggle maybe the conventional way of you know, like against a deck basically that has mana drain.
Yeah.
Where it's gonna be hard to get your land's edge out because like you've just got 4 copies of that card, and like if you can't play that, like you're not going to get enough burn to be able to kill somebody.
The other thing
I think,
the other thing in my land tax land edge deck, in fact, where is it? It's right over here somewhere. I
need to figure out what other cards I boarded in. I can't find them.
In my land tax land's edge deck, here it is. I was running. I've got the sideboard in there right now, but I had detonates in the sideboard. I'm running ball lightning. This was an idea that Peter ran by me. In his test deck, we were playing some test games, and I thought it was really like genius because it's like 6 damage out of nowhere. So
yeah,
I'm running 1 Brothers of Fire because he was so good in the Pauper, and I'm also running a couple of Rook Eggs. What I found in my test games was I needed some defense because, and I've got some sideboard cards in here that. The Active Volcano is not main deck. I needed some defense to help me with all of the, you know, onslaught of creatures, and Chain Lightning wasn't enough. The other card I put in was I put in 4 Deserts because there's so many fast little weenies. And, you know, 1 Desert, probably not going to help you out that much unless you get it early. But 2 Deserts, and you start to get some defense. And if you can combine it with like having a couple of Rook Eggs, it can be really strong.
Sure.
And so I was kind of doubling down on that. The ball.
You know, it's always a good card in my opinion if you're playing Rook Eggs.
Yes, and
which I put in my sideboard because I was like, I don't know what creatures are out there, and like this is a cool like creature removal card that I could board in if like. But I probably should have just been running Divine Offerings. Like I think
Divine Offering is solid. It's real solid.
I had 3 Dust to Dust and only 1 Divine Offering. Like I should have been running like probably 3 Dust to Dust and 4 Divine Offerings.
Well, that's pretty heavy. I mean, usually 1 or 2 Dust to Dust is enough because you can't use it until they have until they have 2 artifacts.
Yeah, 4 and 2 is probably a good spread. I mean, life gain is definitely good for this deck.
So right now, this thing has got, I think these detonates were in the sideboard. Part of my sideboard is still in here.
Cool one.
Yeah, the detonate can be really good. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm missing some lands.
I love Artifact Blast.
Oh, I know what I'm missing. Yeah.
That's such a cool card, but it's probably not... Like, the only reason people play it in Old School is for City in a Bottle, because you need to stop it from hitting the table.
Right.
Like, destroying it later, like, doesn't really help that much.
Right.
Because you've already, like, your board has been wiped. So, I love that card, but it's probably not quite good enough.
Yeah.
Detonate's awesome because it does the damage.
Yeah, so there's the 1 Mishra's Factory, and I think I was running a Maze of Ith, an Island of Whack Whack, and there should be 3 Rook Eggs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so mine is running the Pyrotechnics main, the Ball Lightning's main, the 4 Fishers main, the 4 Spirit Links, the 4 Land Tax, the 4 Winds of Change, and I'm kind of there's supposed to be a full set of what's it called, Rook Eggs in here. So there's the 4 Rook Eggs, and I don't remember what the other card was.
Yeah, because that's nice because it's great running a creatureless deck. Well, because then you a bunch of cards. But
it's not all the way
okay,
creatureless. It's
like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna kill it, and then you just get a 4/4 flyer. Like, all right,
yeah,
cool, go ahead,
right,
kill it, and then spend another card to kill that.
yeah, that's right.
Like,
And I found that I needed defense, and in land I
yeah,
usually don't have a problem with land because I'm land taxing to grab it, and like you, I'm running the fissures not only to clear out a creature if there's a big bad one that's in the way, but also for that trick you were talking about with the land tax. But the real thing, and this was a credit to Peter here, the sneaky ball lightning, because if you don't play a ball lightning in game one, they're gonna sideboard out all their stuff, right? All their anti-creature stuff, and you've got your ball lightnings in there, and they can be the difference, particularly with the pyrotechnics and the chains. You don't
6
have
damage
to,
for one card is a lot.
yes, it can make the difference. And then I've got a Brothers of Fire over here as well. So this was my kind of land tax edge build, but I found it was very inconsistent, really hard to play, and it was fun, but it just didn't seem like it could cut it, you know? So I decided to play the robots deck instead.
Yeah, I'll have to keep thinking about it. I'm definitely interested in checking out green and doing potentially a white, red, green, or a white, red, green with a black sideboard, or white, red, black with a green sideboard, or like, there's a lot of ways you can go with it. It's my kind of deck because I love playing tons of colors, and you can do so many different things with it because you can get whatever land you need, and you have so many spell slots. Like you have, like I said, in this deck, it's running 20 lands, and one of them is Mace of It, which isn't like really even a land anyway.
Yeah.
So like it's basically got 41 spells in a 60 card deck, which is like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So it gives you a lot of room, and as long as something's splashable, like you can put it in there. It doesn't matter what color it is. So like when I was playing in Old School, I was like, all right, 5 color. So I'm running, Time Walk, Ancestral Recall, Demonic Tutor. Like you just run everything because it's like whatever's in your hand, as long as it includes a white source and the land tax. On turn 2, you can have whatever mana you need.
Whatever you
basically
need.
With a single land tax activation.
Yep.
You can't get all 5 colors necessarily because you've got a white, and then you can grab 3 basics. But like whatever is in your hand, like that should cover anything you could possibly want to play. And so it's such a fun deck, but it's definitely not like super good. I mean, it is weak. Counter magic. I mean, you need to figure out a way to get your land's edge on the board.
Yeah. And mana drain's the big problem. And that was another reason.
And that's restricted in Old School, so that helps. I mean, you can run counter spells, but
that was another reason why I decided not to run the land tax edge deck. It's like if you come up against mana drain, you have to have like 2 in your hand and have 4 red mana or something, or play them back to back. So that was another reason I was like, I feel like I'm obligated to play mana drain in whatever I play because it's so good. So that was another reason that I backed off of the land tax edge. And I think it was instrumental, right? In that first game, I was able to mana drain, and that helped me win that first match.
Oh yeah.
And then I didn't have the mana drain or 2 blue in match 2, and you won quite easily. And then in game 3, I had the mana drain, ended up having to use it on the Dust to Dust, which was a big gamble, but I felt like
it was enough. Yeah.
I felt like it was worth it because I had you low enough, and I had lands in my hand. I knew, I was like, okay, if he plays Land's Edge now, that's okay, because I think it'll either be a draw or I'll win.
Yeah. It's it was a tough spot to be in, just like not getting any more red mana.
Yeah.
Just like
frustrating.
Sucks. Yeah, but
well, good games, Luke, and thanks for talking strategy with me. Good luck in your other matches.
I'll check out the deck list and stuff. See some of the green stuff. Get my wheels turning.
Yeah. You'll see. Well, and you'll probably play some players that are running this stuff. That's why I don't want to give away any spoilers. But also check out.
Matthew's always running like crazy stuff. He always like manages to find like good weird stuff that nobody's really quite on yet.
Him and Damien and Roger are always brewing like out of the box innovative. Also check out that tournament number 9 finals match on the Four Horsemen YouTube channel. I think you'll enjoy it.
I'll do that.
Okay, cheers, man. Have a great evening. Bye.
See ya.